Rust, sword, and the sun. We gotta head to the Solace Tavern. While waiting for the contact from the Ever's Palace, you and Abby arrive at the Solace Tavern, where you run into a blind wandering bard, Nestor. Having learned of the Ever's invitation to the hunt, Nestor shares with you Augusta's stories before she rose to power. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do this before 2.6 comes out. That's exciting. So from what I know, this is going to be a backstory for the other one, Augusta. And we'll just see what happens.
Muggy day. Sky's gloomy, air's all wet. Oh, man. At least let me finish my sentence. Ugh. Ugh. Cold, cold, cold. Oh.
A hot meal should warm you right up.
Oh, right. I'm famished. We barely had a bite sprinting all the way here from Ragoona. Whoa! Pinch me! This is a feast and a half! Hey, Rover. So, we did bring enough money, right? I mean, we kind of rushed out without grabbing anything.
Oh, that? Don't worry. Money's not an issue. Augusta made sure we're covered. All our food and lodging here in Septimont is billed straight to the F-Force Palace. But I think the owner might have overdone it a little.
Ha! Better get used to it. You're the champ of the Great Aegon. And you know me. If food's on offer, I'll be a scoffer. Yeah, no leftovers, guaranteed. Free stay, free meal. The Zephyr really knows how to treat guests. Maybe we should, hang around a bit longer. This smells amazing!
Abby, what do you think Imperator wants me to find? If Cardathia is right, the last clue should be somewhere on the Sanguis Plateaus. We're so close to the finish line, just one step away. But our pace is slowed.
Relax. We're already back in Septimont. What's the rush? I remember Lupa said there's this weird blight cloud hanging over the Sanguis Plateaus. And when the high tide, or whatever, rolls around, all the gladiators go there to hunt tacit discords. Wait, is the high tide coming up soon? The Aphra's invite did say something about a big hunt. That reminds me. Aren't we supposed to meet her today?
A messenger came this morning. Augusta is dealing with an emergency, so our meeting's postponed. It looks like it'll be a while. An unexpected change. It's throwing everything off course. I don't like the feel of it. And why me for this hunt? If it's about the Great Aegon, the messenger said none of the other gladiators were invited.
Who knows? Maybe she just wants to test her strength against you. Typical Septimontian, right?
You think so? I've only met her a few times, but I doubt she acts on such simple impulses. And as the F4, is she really in a position to do whatever she wants?
Guessed from afar, you possess eyes as clear as crystal. But what troubles you so that eyes once bright as the highland sky now darken with rolling clouds?
Mysterious. Interesting.
A warrior who walks the blade's edge does not falter over trifles. The clouds, if I may guess, are cast from the throne. At the peak of Capitolini Hill, beneath the pale walls of the Ephes Palace, secrets lie buried. And the most intricate among them are those born from the pursuit of power. Even one as honorable as the Epher must learn when to be ruthless. In Septimont, a city forged in iron and blood, anyone who seeks the throne without knowing the cost is no better than a lamb marching to the butcher's knife.
And you are?
I am Nestor, a traveling poet. The rains in Septimont never seem eager to leave this season. So then, if you are curious about the Epher, then allow me to say that nothing would honor me more than to offer even a modest service to the champion of the great Aegon.
Wait, how do you know he's the champion? And all that stuff about the F4, too? Huh? Your eyes. Were we talking too loud?
To see and to hear are but two of the many ways to perceive. Trusting the senses is a habit, a natural expedience, but not the only option. Truth be told, I've been gathering inspiration for my next epic, and its protagonist is none other than Augusta, the Epher of Septimont. That's why I speak of her with some familiarity. I have a feeling your tale with her will soon be written. And knowing more about those who walk alongside you is rarely without its benefits.
And tell me about Augusta.
Augusta. A girl of humble birth, a resonator of modest talent, a commoner without noble patronage. And yet, from the den of wolves that is Septimont City, she rose and eventually claimed her place. Just like the burning sun was once a cloud of dust.
Alright, Rust Sword in the Sun. Oh shit, I thought I did something. Dear guests from afar, do follow me into the near-forgotten stories of Augusta, but simply telling it might be a bit dull. Oh, okay. What are you trying to do? Let's see. What methods do you have in mind? Perhaps having the listener become the protagonist of such stories might be a good option. This should add a more immersive touch to the sounds and images you've yet to hear and see. At this moment, you are Augusta. You shall relive her past, face the same choices she once made. Thus, please forget your name for now. Hey, I hope we actually get to try out Augusta? That'd be cool. I'm ready. Of course, Augusta's story is already written. No matter what choices you make, they will not alter our reality. That is very good to know. Yet be wary. Fate is fickle, and a misstep could lead to a swift end. Weigh your choices carefully. Oh, I understand. Well then, let the story begin. Set aside the complex thoughts and let me sing the epic of a young girl, Augusta. A gentle warm light begins to blur your vision, and you slowly close your eyes. When it clears, a small, frightened girl clutching a sword stands amidst the ruins. A group of sullen Septimontians, yes, gladiators stand guard around her. Hey kid, are you alone? Don't be afraid. We know what the Dark Tide did to your home, and we're here to help. Oh, snap! Boldly observe the man from you. Different choices will change the corresponding stats value. Oh. You must be hungry. Here, this should keep you from starving for now. Sure. Chin up. We can take you to the Septimont City. It's not safe here. We don't know when the next disaster will strike. Staring at these ruins won't change anything. Even if you rebuild these walls 1,000 times, they'll never hold against the Dark Tide. You don't have the strength to stop it. Bring your sword and come with us. Grip your sword with determination. The gladiators shake their heads and pat your shoulder. Okay. We're gonna look back. Remember to maintain a stats balance. The story ends if a stats drops to 0. Oh, okay. Oh, hopefully I can do this. Story's chapter is complete when the corresponding goals are met. In the end, you will choose to leave the village. The gladiator's words revealed a bitter truth. You lack the strength to protect the home you are leaving behind. In your travels. Oh, so okay. You engage with the gladiators. Following the gladiators, you arrive at the city of Septimont by ship. You wave them goodbye after arriving at the central square. Meanwhile, you notice the square is crowded with citizens. Quiet and anxious? Oh. A poster for the gladiators' Aegon is pinned to a wooden board. The air is filled with heated chatter about the upcoming match. Gathering people push you towards the crowd, draw closer to the crowd. You must know, Septimont reveres strength. Here, only the victor reigns. That is a law older than the city itself. You notice passion for the passion. Eat or be eaten, such is the way of this city. To survive, you'll have to find your bite and seize the crown with your own teeth. You can't stop thinking about their conversations. You realize that gladiators are the very symbol of strength in Septimont. If there's a way to dominate the arena, maybe you'll find the strength you're looking for. Oh. Oh, wow. What do I want to do? I would quietly leave the crowd. As you leave, you notice that 3 words stand out in the incessant chatter. Identity, status, and talent. They seem to be a central part of gladiating. There are always those commoners who view the Aegon as mere boring display of butchery. But we are hardly entertained by the sights of rats shrieking in the dirt. What we crave is true magnificence, a warrior who can make roses bloom from blood. Want to have a little bet on how many mangy rats are going to try for the Aegon this year? Them and their stench be stinking up the palace. Ignore their words. You are determined to step onto the arena. The rules demand a mentor at your back. Someone to keep death from claiming you on this day, and perhaps even teach you to see the fight through the end. After hitting several dead ends, you eventually come across Kato is a retired gladiator star who takes on a few proteges. So you want to join the Aegon, you say? Why don't you start by telling me a little bit about yourself? You recall the discussion about gladiators, identity, status, and talent. People in the city of Septimont seem to value these more than anything. You choose to speak honestly about your past. The dark tide took your home when you came to Septimont seeking strength. Is that so? You've got some metal, but that's not gonna cut it here. Go home. People like you always show up with nothing but fancy dreams, only to see them crushed and trampled. I've seen enough of idiots like you. Try to argue? What now? Still here, are you? You think your stubbornness will change my mind? Pathetic. What do we do? I'll look him straight in the eye. Alright then, let's have a duel. One strike and you win. If you manage that, I'll teach you how to be a true gladiator. This duel here is your entrance trial. Whoa, what a... Blades meet in a sharp clash. Kato moves with practiced ease. You are quickly defeated. No surprise there. Strengthless. Strengthless. Do you realize how weak you are? Which is why I'm seeking power. Do you really know who you're fighting against? Can you really best me? You can't. Now, how do you plan to end this? Challenge him again the next day. Back for round 2, are we? Country rats like you sure are as pestering as city folks say you are, huh? Let's attack. Just like last time, you aren't much of a challenge for Kato. You are swiftly beaten once again. Sorry I keep changing up the name pronunciation. Go back. This is not your path. Continue to challenge on the 3rd day. Too slow, too weak. Your foolish swings only bring smiles to your enemies. Ooh. Stronger or faster? Always stronger. Is that your best? How naive. Well, I guess a rat that lives in the dark is never meant for the sun. Checkmate, you've lost. Still not ready to give up. Why don't you sell your sword? It'll get you some food at least. Why do I feel like at some point we are going to have to give up? I'm just curious. You stand before Kato again, dragging your exhausted body nearly at your limit. I don't know why. I'm just thinking Augusta from Black Clover. Never giving up. I can still fight. The wind swept up by the blade whispers past, and you're suddenly home. Soft sunlight cascades on the great oak's leaves, and you hear your friend's laughter, your parents' gentle calls. But in the very next breath, a bone-deep chill engulfs you. That touch, you know it all too well. Thoughts race across your mind, and your hands instinctively gripped the sword hilt. I won't surrender. You seize the opening and land a hit on Kato. Aha! Kato hands you his sword and turns to leave. Call out. In Septimont's arena, the victor claims the weapon of the defeated, a symbol of conquest. This sword is yours now. Victor. If you are determined to bite off that crown, do not fall before you get there. Augusta, that's your name, isn't it? Yes, I am Augusta. The moment you step into the arena, you will lose this name. The spectators may brand you with a number, a symbol, or even a name of some wild beast. I am prepared. And only the last one standing has the right to reclaim their true name. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You'll have to conquer their hearts and win their applause even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see that day? I will make them know my true name. Training starts tomorrow, 6 sharp, right here. Yes! No arrival in the big city. A lot of talking for me.
Fail enough times, and you might eventually succeed. Should we call it resilience? Or mere stubbornness? Or perhaps, for a girl who has lost everything, there was never a second option. She had no one to trust but herself, and naught but a blade to hold. And yet, as the first stanza of an epic, this is nothing extraordinary. Since the lament, across the scorched lands of Solaris, I've heard this story repeat itself, again and again. Greatness. Yes, our era has certainly seen it. But true greatness is never found on the first page of a story. Courage, glory, and honor. Such immortal virtues have been etched in tablet and stone, but they are never forged overnight. Light as a thread, elusive as the wind, they weave themselves into every twist of fate, tangling with every insignificant choice we make.
What's wrong, Abby?
I don't know. It's just unbelievable. The Augusta he's talking about, and the F-word we saw in the arena. No way they're the same person.
A girl far from home, arriving in the city upon Capitolini Hill in pursuit of strength. No title, no status, no wealth. I doubt anyone at the time could have imagined her rising to where she is now.
No, there might be one.
Do you mean Kato?
It is Kato.
Do
Sorry.
you believe Kato handed her that final victory on purpose, and that his scathing words were a test of her resolve?
Maybe he had long grown tired of that corrupt system.
Then Kato must have been an idealist, to place his faith in a girl with nothing to her name. Now, why don't we keep this question in mind and see where the story leads us?
I'm really enjoying this, actually. This is not what I thought it would be. Are you ready to listen to the epic of the blazing sun? Yes, spill it out to me. Alright. Dawn breaks with a pale glow. A month has already passed under Kato's training. Yes, it's Kato. And today, the grind continues. Stick to the training schedule. You arrive at the training site, repeating the same moves over and over again. Repeating the same moves over and over again has begun to wear on your patience. You notice some gladiators training in moves you've never seen before. You decide to peek into their training. You reflect on your training. It was always you alone, facing the wind post, patching yourself up over and over. Endure and push through. Days slip by, and the gladiator's Aegon draws near. Today, Kato will give you one final lesson. I've done all I can to prepare you. Now, you're on your own. The training ends today. Here is my final task for you. Tell me, what do you want to become a gladiator? Why do you want to become a gladiator? What pulls you through all this training? You already know the answer. Your ideals have never faltered since you left home. To be strong enough to protect others. You meet Kato's gaze, and he reads the answer in your eyes. Why not? Offer Kato your thanks. In the meantime, a flicker of desire crosses your eyes. You recall Kato's words from where this all started. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You'll have to conquer their hearts and win their applause, even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see that day? I will make it happen. You're aware that sponsors for the Gladiators Aegon are mostly nobles and wealthy merchants, figures beyond your reach, except perhaps in the underground arena. These are all the top of the line merchandise I got here. Care to have a look? Like products on display, you and a few other gladiators stand in the middle of an underground arena, scrutinized by nobles and wealthy merchants in the stands. One by one, those beside you are chosen and escorted away. Take a step forward. The audience casts their gaze in your direction. However, all you receive is constant laughter in return. Oh. Visions of your home's ruin flash within your mind. These laughs. So they really did have a hand in the disaster. A lot of my places also played a part in your home's ruin. The dark tide alone did not destroy your home. When the dark tide struck, those with power and wealth continued their life of indulgence and luxury. The might of the gladiators existed only to serve their desires. Silently you swear to shatter these rules. A fire of anger ignites in your chest. Not that fire of anger ignites in your chest. Well, well, a village girl with such unremarkable forte dreaming of power and strength. I can't remember the last time Septimont had a joke this amusing. Try and you'll see. What can you offer? Prancing around like a circus clown and scrambling for your life so we can all have a good laugh? Or do you think plain innocent will do you favors? Don't underestimate me. Anyone interested in this one? After all, watching the weak struggle is always a fine source of entertainment. You bear a small anticipation that someone will pick you. You give the nobles a chilling stare as they talk in whispers. Entertainment, you say? In Septimont, strength defines worth. You shouldn't be so quick to judge a gladiator who offers herself. You turn your view towards the voice. With heavy steps, a well-dressed old-school noble walks down from the stands towards you. He smells of rotten stench. It's unlike the smell of rats, as the Septimonians had put it, but a foul odor of power and wealth. You frown at the old-school noble. Silently clench your fist. I engage only in profitable ventures. To stand in the arena, you must prove your worth. I have 3 trials for you. Survive them, and we may speak further, brave young lady. Gladiator training complete.